And we're off. Welcome back, Luxurious Fleet. Today, we might learn a few things about the Tucson. It's already been unveiled. I think I already did a live stream on it. Feels like forever ago, but it was probably just last month. However, today they're doing a special event for the Tucson. And we're going to, before that event starts, because it starts in a half an hour from now, we're going to talk about what their I guess, outline for it. They have some speakers coming in. They have a surfer coming in talking about it, kind of like a brand ambassador. So we'll talk about that in the first 30 minutes, kind of just hang out, chat a little bit. And then we'll also, before the event kicks off, we're going to go into the knowns, the powertrains, the designs, things like that. So hopefully you have some snacks and drinks. I have no idea how long this stream is going to be today from Hyundai. But given that it starts a half an hour from now, we at least got, I would say, probably close to an hour of content. So yeah, I see quite a few people here in the chat. Thanks for coming out. It's going to be a good time today. So first things first, over at the Hyundai media page, North American premiere of all new 2022 Hyundai Tucson to broadcast from West Hollywood. Okay. Now that's happening today at 9 a.m. Pacific time. That's 11 a.m. my time. Speakers include Jose Munoz, which is the Global Chief Operating Officer of Hyundai and President and CEO of both Hyundai Motor North America and Hyundai Motor America. Pretty big deal. We have Sang-Yup Lee, head of Hyundai Global Design Center and Senior Vice President at Hyundai Motor Company. We have Sage Erickson, American professional surfer and two-time winner of US Open surfing. The good man says it's 1 hour. We'll see. Can everyone hear me okay? I did some mic tunings, hopefully for the better, but you never really know how it's going to go until you go live and you get a little bit of feedback. But yeah, it looks like my mic's working pretty well. Now, the Tucson is Hyundai's best-selling model globally and represents its vision for progressive design, etc. Well, we'll talk about that design. I think some things are really good about it. Some things about it, I don't know. I don't know what to think. Mainly the sides. A new model will attract more customers with its cutting-edge design. It's definitely cutting edge, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. Smart safety features, roominess, class-leading digital capabilities, etc., etc., etc. Okay. Now we're going to skip on over to, this is the actual unveil page here. The all-new 2022 Tucson, US premiere live, obviously this morning. So we'll head back to this page here in a little bit after we summarize the vehicle. Okay. Let's just look at images. First and foremost, the front end here is unique. It's the best way to put it. It shares a few things. To me, I see a lot of Ford Edge from a generation or two ago. That's just from the front end, but the cascading lights are unique. People are definitely going to be attracted to that, like bugs on a zapper. The wheel design is actually not bad. You know, of course, this is one of the higher trims here, but I typically, especially the Genesis products, for some reason, I personally just don't like a lot of their wheel designs. Now, speaking of the side design here, there is so much going on. I mean, even the fender covers have extra fake vents in it. It's too much for me. Okay, the front headlights, the daytime running lights, the rear lights, I think are all excellent. There's just too much busyness on the sides for my liking. Now, maybe it'll grow on me over time. I'm not putting that out of the equation. But yeah, interior is a very good looking interior. Hyundai's have figured out interiors. I'll just say that. They do a really, really good job. You can see some ambient lighting in here. Very easy access. Touchscreen. Bringing it very close to the driver. I like that quite a bit. And behind there, you can see the digital rear cluster. Or I should say the digital instrument cluster. Mic is working perfect. Good, 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 good. Good morning, Giannis, Sykes Pop, Phil, the good man. Yeah, 90s Pontiac too much? Yeah, almost like a Pontiac Aztec, maybe? I don't know. Let's look at this rear end. I love these rear tail lights. I think they're very unique, very striking. But again, this added diamond plated design on the back is a little much for me. Now, this diamond plated design is not going to be on every single trim. Expect this to be on the highest trims, so probably the limited trim. But yeah, I think that sums up the pictures pretty well. You're not going to mistake this vehicle for anything else out on the streets. Now, this side design, I'll keep talking about it because there's a lot to soak in here. They actually have a similar side design on the new Elantra. And I think it looks pretty good on the Elantra, but for some reason here it's just a little much. Goku Just Saiyan is in the house. What's going on? The rear lights do look a little Mustang-ish. Too busy exterior design, not relaxing to look at. I agree, it's too much. They could have just left the front the way it is, because I think the front's pretty cool. The rear is pretty good as well. But to me, it looks like a wrinkled shirt. You know, you have a bunch of random creases and lines on a wrinkled piece of cloth, and that's kind of what the side is. It doesn't have a flow to it. There's definitely not like a natural flow to it. It's not very elegant looking. So, you know, props to them for going hard on the design. It's just a little much for me. So, let's talk about powertrains. So how are we doing on time? I've summed up a lot in just 6 minutes so far. So maybe I should slow down because it doesn't, the official announcement doesn't start for another 24 minutes or so. Okay, let's get out of those pictures. Let's go to only can be mated to the hybrid or plug-in hybrid. Okay, this is something that I expect to see on some products going forward from Toyota and Lexus is turbocharged engines with hybrid. It's a lot going on, and it's scary to think about because the more things you have going on in the vehicle, the more things that can break. All right, so it gets really good efficiency though, as we'll find out in a little bit. They'll probably talk about the efficiency of these hybrid setups. I don't think we know a whole lot about plug-in range. But I think I extrapolated it off of the Santa Fe's plug-in range because I think it's the same powertrain, and it should be around 40 miles, so very close to the RAV4 Prime. Not nearly as quick or as powerful as the RAV4 Prime, or as expensive or exclusive. But maybe we don't know about the exclusivity of this hybrid, plug-in hybrid, I should say. All right, so we have the 1.6 liter turbo hybrid with an estimated 180 PS. Okay, so technically about the same horsepower as the non-turbo hybrid. However, you combine it with electrification and you get 230 horsepower. So the engine itself is about as powerful as the naturally aspirated one, but you include it with electrification and you get, let's say, 225 horsepower. Almost 200 pound-feet of torque. From the engine itself is pretty good, right? Which is outclasses the naturally aspirated, as you would expect, right? Now, the impressive thing is when you combine it with electrification, we got almost 260 pound-feet of torque. This thing, with that much torque, should be able to accelerate without having to rev the engine a whole lot. And that should help with the fuel economy as well with that much torque. This new powertrain uses a continuously variable valve duration technology that manages valve opening duration for optimal power and efficiency and emissions. It sounds like that's very similar to Toyota's VVTi, but I could be wrong. I'm not a technician or a engineer, but this sounds like it's similar to Toyota's VVTi. What are you saying? Interruptions. PJ, that's a clean cut. Your barber must be proud of what he or she does. Well, PJ, I cut my own hair. So I don't know if you knew that already, but thank you. That's a compliment in the highest form right there. Interruptions. That's unbelievable because my stream is solid. It's rock solid with the kilobytes per second upload. Okay. Nissan still puts a CVT in their equivalent vehicles, but Hyundai knows better to do that. Yes. Yeah, Nissan's a... You know, speaking of Nissan, they are doing a live stream tonight at 2 a.m. my time, talking about the first half of 2020 fiscal results. And if I didn't have a life and responsibilities, I would probably stay up and live stream it just so we could get the translator lady back on the stream. The Nissan translator lady is legendary. Legendary Super Saiyan is what she is, as we have Goku in the stream. All right, so let's keep moving here. Now, no information here with miles per gallon or anything like that. I hope we hear official numbers today, and I hope we hear pricing today in the live stream. I'm going to try to be as quiet as possible during the live stream. It still might be a little boring though, based off the speakers. When we talk about design, we know based off Nissan's live streams, when they talk about design, a bunch of abstract, whimsical ideas, and it takes forever to explain what they're trying to explain, and then no one really knows what they're talking about anyways. We get the design, we understand, but anyways. This should be kicking serious butt when it comes to safety technologies. Okay. Highway driving assist. All right, I don't know if that means hands off. I would assume that means hands off in certain situations, but don't quote me on that. Forward collision avoidance assist with pedestrian detection. Okay. Lane keeping assist, lane following assist. If you don't know the difference between lane keep assist and lane following assist, lane keep assist activates when you're leaving the lane. And what it does is it tries to pull you back in the lane. Oftentimes, it will also alert you with lane departure alert, which is probably baked into their lane keeping assist, which will either beep or vibrate the steering wheel, or in some, I think like GM products, they vibrate the seat, which is obnoxious. Of course, GM would do something like that. Lane following assist is the same thing as we see in the Lexus and Toyota products, which is called lane tracing, and it's okay. So it can essentially drive itself on highways with lane following assist. It turns the steering wheel for you to keep you in the middle of the lane. The problem is the middle of the lane for the computer in the car is oftentimes very different from the middle of the lane as a driver. So my uncle just got a new Lexus ES with lane keeping assist, and that thing, he's like, well, I understand the point of it, but it always feels like it's fighting me. I'm like, unfortunately, you're gonna have to turn it off, because the car thinks the middle of the lane is in one part of the lane, and that's different than most people's driving habits or characteristics. I like to be a little bit further to the left. My uncle, from his explanations, does too, a little bit closer to the left line, whereas these lane following assists would rather have you in a different place, and it fights you while you're driving at speed. So it's better just to turn them off most of the time. Yeah, you know, AI in the future might help with learning your driving habits, where you like to drive in the middle of the lane, but I don't know. I don't want to think about AI too much in the cars. It scares the bejesus out of me. Cheyenne, how you doing? Cheyenne? So I'm gonna struggle with them for a while, bro. How you doing? Nothing like posting results whenever everyone would care is asleep. Yeah, Nissan. Yeah, 2 a.m. So not Shiloh. It did premiere already. Today they're doing a different holding event of some sort that it should in theory go on sale like this week, next couple of weeks. They should unveil pricing today. They should unveil maybe EPA numbers, and just talk a whole lot of fluff about it. So it's more like a launch event, whereas we got the unveil for the specs, most of the specs, the designs, etc., a month or two ago. All right. So it's more coverage for them. It's more coverage for them, and I didn't have anything to do today other than hang out with you guys. So I'm gonna buy into that coverage and just hang out with you guys and see what Hyundai has to show us today. So Sykes Pop Koreans keep pushing tech without going too much into the essentials. A buyer will want ultra competitive. Too much into the essentials a buyer will want in this. It's hard for me to read what you're saying. Yeah, but they tech is huge for them. It's Korea we're talking about. They're super advanced when it comes to technology. We know that. So they're going, every time it changes, they're going to try to outfit their cars with it. Lane centering is annoying to Leo. You're not the only one. Crypto Pimp is in the house and he's pumped. Nana Frimpong, it's an event for the American spec. Yeah, that's also true. That's also true. Jaden, what's up with all the triangle on the Elantra? Even on this car, the light have a triangle rectangular shape to them. Yeah, that's just their design language with their most recent products. They want to have this very straight line, tons of straight lines. It's like a wrinkled shirt, I'm telling you. And I think it looks okay on the Elantra. It looks better than it does on this Tucson. But I expect this Tucson to continue to be the best-selling Hyundai vehicle in the world. Okay. They also have different wheelbases. I expect here in America just to get one wheelbase. So, oh my gosh, Goku just became a member of the Lexurious Fleet. Holy cow. He's a Tokyo drifter. That's freaking awesome. Man, got that cool emblem. Sometimes I do special things for members only. You get emojis, badges, things like that. And it's just a way for you guys to show a little extra support for the channel. It really helps me out. It's very, very sweet of you. You guys probably hear my kids in the background screaming downstairs. They appreciate it as well. Okay, so thanks for guys coming out. Thank you, Goku Just Saying, for becoming a Tokyo drifter, a member of the Lexurious Fleet. European manufacturers better watch out. Koreans are coming. It's scary, man. Koreans are innovating really, really quick. I'll know what to say. Now, long term, how are they going to hold up long term? Is their build quality getting better? Is their reliability, cost of ownership getting better? I think so. I know so, but how good and how long will it be before they catch up to the Japanese? Oh my gosh, did my headset just turn off? Did you guys hear that? Did you hear that? I'm gonna have to switch headsets. The Bose headset will automatically turn off apparently if it's not getting an audio input for a certain amount of time. So good thing I got these for free. Because I am not they're okay. They work great. I like the connection with them through the Bluetooth connection, but I don't know if I can recommend Bose headsets. All right. It's exciting time for Acura Phil. It's an exciting time for Acura Phil. Okay, you're talking about Phil D in the chat. Yeah, no, Acura's on a tear right now. It's exciting. Can't wait to see the Type S MDX. Can't wait to see the Type S TLX. Can't wait to see their new compact sedan. I'm assuming it's going to be a compact sedan. I really do think they need a smaller crossover. RDX is pretty big. I think they would benefit from having like a Lexus UX competitor. That's a very, very popular segment, but we'll see what Acura decides to do. Hyundai Tucson is a hit here in Morocco, says Ishmael. But the problem is in my country, it's mostly manual shifting. Interesting. Do you know if there will be a manual transmission in the new Tucson? Well, I can't really talk too much about other markets. You know, I don't, especially Morocco. Like sometimes we hear about European spec vehicles when it comes to Hyundai, maybe Korean spec vehicles, but they might be killing manuals in most parts of the world. I wouldn't be surprised if you can still get it in a manual. The naturally aspirated vehicle in a manual, the 2.5 liter Smart Stream. It wouldn't surprise me if you can keep the manual, which is pretty cool that you guys can still get a manual. I wouldn't be surprised if you can get it. So, good question. I hope I somewhat answered that for you. I really don't know, but I would assume that you would be able to keep the manual in the new Tucson. Do you think the design language of the Nissan Ariya, interior and exterior, will be reflected in all Nissan models? Because it looks much more modern and competitive with other brands. I think it looks good. I really do like the Nissan Ariya. I think that design language will be on maybe all of their electric vehicles. I don't know for sure. Okay, it would be cool to see the Nissan Leaf kind of be like a mini version of it going forward, but the Ariya is very unique. It's going to be expensive. It's coming out too late in my opinion, but we'll see. You know, I'm not going to condemn it yet. We're far from that, but Nissan needs a lot right now to go right for them. And I should be able to update the channel tomorrow. News has been very, very like sporadic lately. I don't know what else to say. News has been very, very sporadic lately, and that's fine because it helps me do other things other than just news. Like my video yesterday on the rise and fall of the Lexus LS. You guys, for the most part, really enjoyed that, so it was fun to see your guys' comments and your thoughts about the LS. But yeah, Bill says hello, Kirk. Just introduced him to your channel. Well, hello, Bill. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. We're gonna have a good time today. We already are. It's a little too early to bust open, you know, the liveries, the adult beverages. Is it ever too early? Technically, no. But I got a long day ahead of me, and I've been up since 4, so it's pretty much the evening for me at this point. But no, not gonna be drinking today. Can't get too rowdy with you guys on a Monday morning here. Speaking of live streams, where's my phone? We're going to be doing a live stream later this week. Let me tell you the date and the time. So you guys, if you are interested in doing the live stream, actually it's later. It's next Wednesday. So a week from Wednesday, that's when the Subaru BRZ is going to be unveiled. So mark that on your calendars, 8 a.m., 8:30 a.m.-ish, Wednesday the 18th. Okay, that's Central Time, 8 a.m., by the way. So I'm excited for that. And if something comes up that I want to live stream beforehand, well, it'll be like a spur of the moment thing, which is fun too. So LS is not failing or falling. The LS in theory is not falling. Its sales are, though. It's still a great vehicle. But the large luxury sedan segment is a shadow of what it used to be, largely because the market has changed. But as I talked about in yesterday's video, there's a lot of things where the LS can be better. EXP the 6 says, hey Kirk, we both have young families wondering, should get Hyundai's new Tucson or wait for the new Subaru Forester refresh? Forester is going to get a refresh already? Would that be for 2021 as a 2022 model? I'm not sure. Don't know when the Subaru Forester refresh is coming. If you need a new vehicle soon, this would not be a bad option. But if you have the ability to wait. If your vehicle's doing just fine for you and you're happy with it, then hold out if you can before, so you have more information so you can make it a better decision. But if you need a new vehicle in the near future, I would just say pull the trigger. Mark Miller, the LS is one of the best luxury cars of all time. Yeah, guys, I 100% agree. I was looking, I'll eventually get a Lexus on the channel. Okay, I'll own one, probably an older one, and do a bunch of fun tests with it, like an old LS. I saw one in Kansas. It's probably like a 4-hour drive for me, but it was like $3 grand, 150,000 miles, 1991, looked pristine. LS 400, maroon color. I'd be okay with maroon and make it feel extra old, extra old. But man, it was pretty badass. Bill needs a new dishwasher. Bill, get a new dishwasher. No, I think you mean a new vehicle for appliance vehicle. I don't know. There's probably some inside jokes going on there. Let's see here. Opinion on the 2021 Mazda 3 2.5T, says Elon Musk. Well, I think it looks cool. I'm glad they're putting it in the Mazda 3. That thing would be, and it's all-wheel drive. Okay, I just tested that engine in the Mazda 6. You guys want to see that review? I love that engine. Love it. I can't imagine it in a smaller vehicle. Oh, I can. It would be a lot of fun. So I'm a big fan. It's a little pricey, but you know, I would love to have a manual. That'd be perfect. But yeah, it's okay. I think it's better than not having it in there. So it's good to have options. And if you just had one vehicle and you didn't have a family or anything, maybe it's just you and your girlfriend, boyfriend, spouse sort of thing, that'd be a hell of a fun car to have. And you get pretty good fuel economy with it too, as long as you're not riding it all the time. But yeah, they're also going to have the 2.5T of the CX-30. That car's going to be pretty badass as well. How are we doing on time? Ooh, okay, I better switch over because this premiere is going to be happening soon. They tried to make the LS or the IS like the GS. Is that what you're saying, or the LS? Did the devastating March 11th earthquake of 2011 affect Lexus sales? Absolutely. Absolutely. Definitely not going to miss that one. Own a 13 FRS. Oh, cool. How you doing, Baranth? Scalded. Subaru Forester will get a 2022 mid-cycle refresh? Question mark? Not sure. Not sure. And you guys, it's funny you guys talking about Subaru. I was thinking about making a Subaru video, like I made with a Mazda video, kind of like what's the future of Subaru. I was thinking about doing that tomorrow, unless I get some news that I really want to talk to you guys and break it to you. But Subaru, there's a lot of interesting things I want to say about Subaru, and I would save that for a video. Is there going to be a GX redesign? Shayon, God willing. I'm not hopeful. I think it'll be canceled in 3 years. That's my gut feeling, though. Could be replaced with the trademarked Lexus TX. Really, they need to have a competitor, in my opinion, to the Q7 or the MDX, a true 3-row SUV. They're losing tons of sales. Even the QX60, they lose sales to the QX60 because the RXL's not even close to its capable in terms of space and accommodating features in that 3rd row anyways. And the GX, a lot of people don't want it for the fuel economy, or it's too tall, or there's not enough space in the rear behind the 3rd row, which there's absolutely none, like 5 inches. So Lexus has a lot of holes in their lineup, in my opinion. The 3-row crossover being the biggest hole in their lineup, as well as luxury 2-row crossover, or I should say flagship 2-row crossover. And then all with, now that the GS is gone, a somewhat affordable to the masses rear-wheel drive, all-wheel drive sports sedan that's bigger than the IS. Kill the GS, but guess what? Toyota gets the Mirai, which should be the same platform as the GS that we should have now, but yeah, don't get me started. Don't get me started, guys. All right, do you like your 2006 Disney Pixar movie Cars? Cars, the first one? Yeah, it's a fun movie. I like how they make the girl in the movie a Porsche. I just think that's, Porsches are quote unquote attractive, but I just thought that was funny. All right, well, I just got some updates. The embargo has ended on the Hyundai Tucson. Alex and Andros just posted a video on it. And showrooms streaming live now. Okay, here we go. This has got to be it. I'll spare you guys from the unnecessarily loud intro music. But yeah, we're gonna watch this, see if we find out anything new, exciting, pricing, packaging, EPA ratings, or used to be EPA estimates would be nice. And we're gonna get a lot of fluff. Okay, that song is so loud in my headphones, I gotta take them off. But we'll get a lot of fluff today. I expect that. So we'll try to pick out the nuggets within the fluff. Pick out the needles in the haystack, per se. YouTube Premiere intro is kind of loud. It's exorbitantly loud. It's like the loudest thing I've ever heard on YouTube. The intro, the Premiere intro is just, it's obnoxious. All right, I'll turn it back up.
Hello and welcome to our viewers here in the United States and around the world. Thanks for joining us for what is a defining moment in Hyundai's history. Today, we are excited to introduce the model year 2022 all-new Tucson to the US market. This new Tucson is more than a model year rebuild. It is part of Hyundai's commitment to introduce 12 new or significantly enhanced SUVs by the end of next year, including the completely refreshed Santa Fe and new Santa Fe Calligraphy luxury trim. Some are being designed and built right here in the United States at our plant in Montgomery, Alabama. With the Tucson and the impressive lineup of 12 new models to come, I am confident we will add excitement to the brand and earn even more SUV customers. These 12 new models will also play a major role in helping us meet the Hyundai Motor Group's electrification goal of selling 1 million EVs by 2025. There are a lot of exciting things happening at Hyundai. Today, it is the all-new Tucson, but stay tuned because there is a lot more to come. Now, I don't have to tell any of you what a challenging year this has been for everyone around the world. If you would have told me in January that we would be gripped by multiple waves of global pandemic, I wouldn't have believed you. At Hyundai America, we were fortunate that our parent company, Hyundai Motor Company, provided support for South Korea's phenomenal response to the COVID-19 outbreak. Our operations in the US benefited directly from the best practices we learned and adopted from our colleagues in Korea. Over the past year, Hyundai America has taken extraordinary steps to support its customers, employees, and dealers during this difficult time. In March, we quickly transitioned headquarters staff in California to work from home. At our plant in Alabama, we deployed safety measures to protect our team members. We reassessed our production strategy to avoid the supply problems other manufacturers faced, and as a result, we succeeded in retaining all of our employees plus their benefits while keeping them healthy. We also reached beyond our workforce to support customers facing financial hardship. We reinitiated our job loss assurance program and became the first auto manufacturer to provide payment deferrals for new and existing customers. We put our Clean Assurance program in place to protect the health of customers and employees at our dealerships. And we accelerated our digital retailing program so customers can shop and buy online with confidence and have the car delivered right to their home. And thanks to our leadership in Seoul, Hyundai new COVID-19 testing was key to managing this deadly virus. So in late March, Hyundai Hopper Wheels launched an initiative to expand COVID-19 testing in communities hard hit by the virus. To date, Hopper Wheels has donated over $4.4 million to fund 23 testing sites nationwide and enabled more than 1 million COVID-19 tests. I am extremely proud of our ongoing efforts of combating this global pandemic, and we all hope for better days soon. At Hyundai, our global mission is progress for humanity. We are working toward that goal through our commitments to our local communities and investing in the mobility solutions of the future, including hydrogen, fuel cells, and urban air mobility. We are pushing boundaries across our enterprise. Our entire lineup is designed around our customer and the future. We have accelerated our efforts and our competitors have noticed. We've set new industry standards in quality, safety, and design. Our products are appealing to younger and more diverse customers with active, creative, and fun lives that are fully engaged with the world around them. You've seen it in our latest cars, Sonata and Elantra, where we have adapted a strategy to ignite customers' imagination. We are also bringing cutting-edge design to our growing SUV lineup. Our all-new Tucson is a perfect example. In the 16 years since it was first introduced, Tucson has become one of the brightest stars in Hyundai's universe. It is our best-selling SUV and one of our leading models overall. I am pleased to say that this past April, we reached an impressive milestone. We sold our 1 millionth Tucson here in the US. With the dramatic changes in the fourth generation Tucson, we know the all-new Tucson will be a clear and compelling choice in a crowded segment. Tucson is a great expression of our deep commitment to customers, and in designing this innovative new model, we put their input first. We wanted to build on the versatility, roominess, and performance that loyal Tucson owners have come to love over the years. So we spoke with owners across the country to hear which features they value the most. Here is some of what we heard.
What I like best is the versatility that it has. It's just capable of so much more than what it appears to be. I definitely like the fact that I don't have to worry if I have the right car for this circumstance. Go to the beach, go camping, going to the coffee shop, you know, that's what I like. I like that the car matches whatever I want to do.
I need a lot of things for work, and it is able to fit the things I need as well as my big family. I like the gas mileage in the Tucson, and I like the fact that it had blind spot detection.
Once I realized all the features that were in it and the capabilities that were in it, yeah, that's definitely, it was perfect. Two things. One is I just need this much more space And then the other thing is just integration with just technology nowadays.
I would like for it to be more cargo space
not
and
actors.
an automatic start. That would be great.
We want to thank our customers for helping us deliver the exciting new Tucson we are bringing you today. It reimagines and advances our best-selling SUV to offer a driving and ownership experience like no other. Now, sit back and relax as we embark on a digital journey to learn more about the boldest, most innovative Tucson ever.
I'm assuming those people were owners with their Tucsons. So it's like a customer review sort of thing.
Hello, my name is Sang-Yup Lee. America is the heart of the SUV market. Once exciting, confident, and adventurous.
Can we talk about that sweater real quick?
Has become overcrowded.
A designer would wear a
I had to ask
like
myself, what can we do to move the game forward?
What is it?
We did not
it's a
want the
turtleneck.
Tucson to become another SUV. We want it to be a design icon. So, what type of design value did we want to deliver? In designing the 4th generation Tucson, we chose untraveled path, rather than following the trend out there. Simply put, the most dynamic SUV ever. How do we tackle such a challenge? Where would we start? We began with our unique design philosophy, sensuous sportiness. A philosophy that gives us a way to challenge the status quo with innovative engineering solutions to realize unprecedented new level of design. We started with Hyundai's unique lighting architecture, using digital tools to create a design so distinctive and iconic that the lights alone identify the car. Imagine driving at night and seeing these lights in your rearview mirror. Pretty cool, isn't it? We call this integrated architecture. The lights are seamlessly integrated into the parametric jewel grille and are completely invisible when turned off. The design continues in the overall proportion. Long hood, level roof, and short overhangs combine with a stretched wheelbase to give the Tucson a strong foundation. They're robust and energetic, with chisel jewel-like surfaces that create a very unique body size. We call this parametric dynamics. Notice how the chrome line above the yellow gets gradually thicker towards the rear, almost like an arrow flying in an arc trajectory. It helps visually to push the car down, make it feel lower, and complementing the Tucson's overall wedge shape. The rear of the chrome line that merges into edge of the rear spoiler. And the rear wipers move up and hide under the spoiler, creating the super clean surface over the rear window. We integrated the Hyundai logo underneath of the glass to help minimize unnecessary desk space in the tailgate area, and accented the striking full-width tail lamp with highly detailed hidden lines to complete exterior's parametric theme. Inside the Tucson, the design theme is interspace, where space, technology, and information organically intersect. Here we create a layered, naturally flowing layout to reflect seamless user experience we built into the cabin. In order to create an open airy environment, we dropped the instrument display downward with a completely flat
EXP.
upper surface.
Thanks for the $5.
That
Really appreciate
emphasize
it.
a wide field of view.
The fluff in this Premier is as
And
fluffy
hidden
as his
vents
sweater.
that perfectly blends
pretty
into the
fluffy.
interior design, almost like an airplane cabin. Our design team followed the untraveled path, facing unprecedented engineering challenges to push
I have to say,
for the
their
design
unveils
innovation.
are better than Nissan's
It is about
live stream
creating our
unveils.
own design values that are offering a
Above and
fresh,
beyond.
transformative experience for our customer. The all-new Tucson, the best-selling Hyundai SUV. It is a pioneer, not just for us, but for the segment. And now, it is time to move forward on your journey and learn more about our exciting new Tucson.
Talk
Thank you
about some
very much.
powertrains. Talk about some powertrains, some pricing. We're already 16 minutes in. Digging this song though. I am actually digging it pretty hard.
Hello.
Hola, BC.
Hyundai has a significant investment in North America, and it is all designed to meet customer needs in the world's largest automobile market. In product planning, we listened carefully to those needs, and we worked to deliver what those customers wanted. In the US, customers prefer larger SUVs. So for the US market, we made the Tucson bigger and more substantial. As Sang Yup explained, we stretched the wheelbase and lengthened the body. We also widened the cabin and made it taller to improve roominess and deliver
They need
that
to get someone to fix
class-leading
their
rear
audio.
legroom.
It's so fuzzy.
We increased the new Tucson's cargo volume nearly 25% to 38.7 cubic feet. And we gave it a versatile layout so that our customers can configure the vehicle for a wide variety of loads. Our goals were to maintain the Tucson's popularity and expand its reach, while giving customers this more dynamic driving experience. So besides packaging, we listened to US customer needs in our powertrain selection. And we chose a compelling combination of value, efficiency, and performance. Customers can select from 3 different Smart
There
Stream
we go.
engines. There's a gas,
There we go.
a hybrid, and a plug-in hybrid. The gas version features a new 2.5-liter direct injected 4-cylinder engine with 187 horsepower.
186.
We coupled this new engine with an 8-speed automatic transmission. So we wanted to maximize both efficiency and acceleration. With the front-wheel drive powertrain, fuel economy is nearly 25% better than the current Tucson. The new hybrid features a 1.6-liter turbocharged engine that's 30% more efficient than the gas engine. Coupled with this powerful electric motor, the hybrid generates over 20% more torque. It's wicked fun to drive every day. And it can travel over 500 miles on a single fill-up. The plug-in hybrid has even more kick, thanks to its larger 13.8 kilowatt-hour battery. It targets an all-electric range of 28 miles and over 70 mpge. The Tucson hybrid will have class-leading horsepower, standard H-Track all-wheel drive, and a smooth, hybrid-tuned 6-speed automatic transmission. It's gonna be quiet, gonna be efficient. Both electrified versions also introduce this new feature that we call e-handling. It applies torque control from the electric motor to improve that cornering performance and provide that fun-to-drive driving dynamic. We tested the 3 new Tucsons at our proving grounds in the Mojave Desert. We ran them through every kind of road condition because we wanted to evaluate the durability, the handling, the noise, vibration, harshness, and heat protection. We tested our H-Track all-wheel drive to maximize Tucson's footing on all sorts of different surfaces. And then we spent time to fine-tune the suspension. It's really critical that you dial in the optimum balance of responsiveness, comfort, and handling. To make sure that Tucson meets the highest safety standards, at Hyundai, safety is paramount. We ran extensive crash tests to target NHTSA 5-star and IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus ratings. We gave Tucson's more standard and available active safety features than any other SUV in its class. Because it's important to us that we keep drivers, passengers, and other road users out of harm's way. This new Tucson is on point. It is built to surprise and delight Tucson fans and new customers across the US. And for buyers looking for an equally fun to drive, sportier looking Tucson, I'm excited to say that we have an N-Line version coming later next year.
Oh shoot, I don't think
Along
we knew
with
that.
Tucson's new powertrains, the dynamic performance, and enhanced safety, the customers are gonna find this rich array of comfort and convenience features that set Tucson apart from the crowd. But hey, don't just take it from me. Find out what a Tucson fan likes the most about our next generation model. Safe travels.
The surfer chick.
Along with being a pro surfer, I'm what Hyundai calls a creative connector, and I'm always on the go. When I'm not in the water, I'm posting my stories and getting the word out to my fans. I've been partnering with Hyundai for close to 2 years now, and I'm currently driving a Palisade, and I totally love it. Some of my friends and family also have Hyundais, and they love them too. Last summer, Hyundai loaned me a Tucson to drive during the US Open. What a great car. And it sure brought me luck. Now I can't wait to get behind the wheel of this all-new Tucson. Want to see how I'd use it? I'd start it up on a cold winter morning and warm the driver's seat from my cozy little kitchen.
Doesn't she live in California? Does she
when
really
I use
need
the digital
the
key, it knows who I am and remembers my preferences. Even my favorite music and navigation destinations. I'm ready to go. I'd use every bit of the Tucson's larger cargo space. I can get 2 more boards in there. Yeah, I haul a ridiculous amount of gear. Of course, Smart Park will come in handy. Some of these folks know how to ride a wave, but park a car, not so much. Did I mention that this car can see stuff that you can't? I have absolutely no idea how that works. And that it keeps you centered and cruising along at the speed limit, a big plus on an epic day trip. It keeps everybody on the road safe. Me, my passenger, my dogs, that guy. And I love that I can stay connected and charging. Don't you love this screen? It's huge. And I really need Tucson's all-wheel drive. That's a given. So I'm pretty sure I know what my next Hyundai will be. This bad boy right here. It has a style, all its own. It can handle everything I do and take me anywhere I want to go. Whether it's exploring, enjoying the outdoors and camping, a day on the slopes snowboarding, or just cruising with my friends for a night on the town. I can really see myself in the all-new Tucson. I sure hope Hyundai can. Now let's catch one last wave back to where we started. See you at the beach.
Welcome back. We have taken you on quite an adventure. I hope you enjoyed the ride and share our enthusiasm about this bold new Tucson. I want to sincerely thank Sage, BC, and Sanjup for their contributions to our story. As part of Hyundai's significant investment in the North American automobile market, I'm pleased to say that the all-new Tucson will be proudly made in the USA, where it will continue to provide good jobs to the people of Alabama and suppliers across the country. Look for it this coming spring. I'm also excited to tell you that the Tucson N-Line you heard about earlier is one of 7 new N-Brand vehicles that we will bring to market in the next 2 years. The group includes an all-new Elantra N that is sure to capture the attention of performance-minded customers. We will provide more details in the months ahead. In the meantime, I invite you to learn more about the revolutionary new Tucson and our entire lineup of SUVs at Hyundai.com. And with that, we conclude our digital premiere. I want to thank all of you who joined in across the country and around the world for today's landmark announcement. We cannot wait to bring our newest products to market and continue to make things better for our customers. From all of us at Hyundai Motor America, we wish you good health and safe travels wherever you go.
All right. I'm pretty sure it's all done. So I'm going to talk about a couple of things here while this is, we're not going to learn anything a whole lot here. This is just like the outro video. At the end, I was taking down some notes. Ugh. So I believe in the beginning, they mentioned there'd be 12 new SUVs by 2021. Is that number correct? I didn't write it down at the time, so I'm just asking you guys if you picked that up. But that is Nissan-esque with their unveil of new products. That's pretty crazy. I thought Nissan was going to kind of be one of the few out there with their full revamp, but here we go. Here's Hyundai. Tons of vehicles in the next year. It's really the next year. Let's see here. Let's close this out. Let me get the chat back up. So it's a half-hour show only. Yeah, it was very efficient. They got a lot of stuff done in that half hour. 21 vehicles in 2021 were by the end of 12 numbers. 12 vehicles by the end of 2021. Is that correct? All right. Miles per gallon on the hybrid, the non-plug-in hybrid, we don't really know. They said 30% more efficient. Let's say the base has, it's calculator time, guys. Let's say the base has 25 miles per gallon combined. Again, that's a guess, not sure, but we'll say 25 miles per gallon plus 30%, 32.5 miles per gallon. That seems a little low. But again, they're leaving me to do the math. So Very interesting. 32.5, that can't be right. It's got to be higher than that. What is the what does the 2020, let's say Mazda CX-5 MPG, 25 city, 31 highway. So let's say it's, you average at 27, 28. Okay, so let's say it's 28. Where'd my calculator go? I lose it. Here we go. 28 plus 30%, 36. That's probably more realistic. But you have to think like, shoot, the new Sienna minivan, that thing weighs a butt ton, and that's getting 36 miles per gallon. So I don't know. Based off the numbers I'm doing, maybe there's a reason why they didn't communicate miles per gallon. Now they did say, I believe it was 28 miles of plug-in range off of their 13 kilowatt hour battery. I think that's okay. So the RAV4 Prime is going to cost way more than this vehicle. RAV4 Prime is also going to be faster, more power, more range. RAV4 Prime is 40 miles of range. This would probably be, my guess, 5 to 8 grand cheaper. My guess, again, we don't have pricing. I was hoping we would get pricing. We didn't get that. They didn't really talk about any trim levels either. So I don't know exactly what we learned today. I guess just more familiar with the design. And we got a cool sweater today from the chief designer, a butt ton. How much is a butt ton? You would be surprised. Sienna is much larger and heavier. Yeah, and it gets about, in theory, it gets about the same MPGs based off of, and it has more power. Got more horsepower too. Horsepower on the hybrid is about, or here, let's go back. Got it up here. Hybrid powertrain is about 230 PS. So let's say 225 horsepower. And 258 pound-feet torque. That's a good amount of torque. But the numbers don't seem to make sense for me right now. So I won't speculate on any more EPA, but I'm just with the numbers I threw together, mid-30s maybe, and 225, 230 horsepower somewhere in there. Now, I'm going to assume the plug-in hybrid has the same horsepower. It just, you get that additional range. I should say plug-in range. Now, maybe not full tank range because it's going to be heavier. That might come down from the 500 miles that they said. On the hybrid, you get 500 miles of tank range off of a full tank. It is worth noting that Hyundai now submits very conservative numbers to the EPA. Okay. So, but yeah. I don't know what else to say about that. It could be. That's not necessarily the case with the Sonata that I drove and reviewed. Felt they were maybe on the low side. So I'm sure that probably depends on the vehicle, the whether it's a hybrid or not. The gas is nearly 20% more efficient than last gen, so put it at 30 miles per gallon average. That makes a hybrid around 30 miles per gallon average, I believe. No, that makes sense too. But you got to remember, that was for front wheel drive. Remember they said the new gas engine is 20% more efficient than last gen, but that was front wheel drive. You don't like the screen on it? All right, let's go back to the media center here. We might have some new images. And let's read this real quick to see if there's any other information here. I'm not gonna read it line for line, definitely skimming. One of the things that I was happiest about was that they're tucking the rear windshield wiper underneath the spoiler. That's very Lexus RX. You really don't see that on non-luxury vehicles, and even inside luxury vehicles, you don't see it that often. And it makes the vehicle look a lot more sharp, definitely more premium. So I'm very, very impressed that they did that. Okay, so more interior images here. Some people don't like this screen. It looks like it's a bunch of touch. Which of course you have the touchscreen, but I mean climate control touching, which I don't like. I want buttons. But it looks easy to read, looks easy to get to and to touch. This drive selector is pretty much the same on all their vehicles. It's identical to the one that I had in the Sonata that I reviewed. This doesn't look right here. You guys, okay, so I don't mind the sweeping lines here on the dash that kind of flows into the center, kind of goes onto the doors. I like that. But the screen looks super out of place behind the steering wheel. Like it's just like looks like a Nintendo, like a Super Nintendo cartridge that they just put on top. That's what it looks like to me. You guys are old enough to understand the Super Nintendo reference, or even Nintendo 64 reference. $226 horsepower combined for the standard hybrid, yeah. Yep, Sykes a pop. The rear wiper looks good, yep. James, it looks like it's from a car that came out a few years ago rather than 2022. Maybe. I would have been nice to see if they had that camel interior like we have on the Sonata. I really, really appreciate that interior color. Saves you from having to replace rear wiper blade too. Yeah, it keeps it safer, less weathering, less weathering on it, especially if you live in a cold climate where that thing is gonna be freezing to the windshield. Wish more SUVs would go in that direction yet. So get some dimensions here. It's bigger in every single way. Cargo volume goes up, I'm sure, by quite a bit. Get almost 8 more cubic feet and 6 more cubic feet of passenger volume. People are really going to appreciate that. Here we go. What's this 2.4 liter? Oh, here's fuel economy. 28 combined. So I was right. So I said 28, right here, 28 plus 8.4, which is the 30%, gets us to 36 miles per gallon. Now, we don't know if that's on, that could be on front wheel drive. Most people are going to be getting all wheel, I would assume, a lot of people, that's where I live, would be getting all wheel drive. That could lower those numbers. All right, so let's see here. Yeah, 28 miles per gallon front wheel drive. Interesting. And that's right in line, yeah, that's right in line with the Mazda CX-5's miles per gallon. But again, that's front wheel drive. Any info about the plug-in hybrid? Well, let's keep reading. I don't think we do. But what's going on here? What's this optional 2.4 liter? What are they talking about here? Did I miss something? They had the 1.6 liter turbo, which is mated to the hybrid and the plug-in hybrid. Is this the outgoing? Is this supposed to be the outgoing engine? Yeah, okay, I get it. 2021, 2020, 2022. I get it. Okay. You guys are seeing me decipher information live, which I'm not used to doing it while speaking and reading, but kind of reading. You guys know what I'm trying to say. I got a fever, and the cure is more SUV. Yeah, this the reign of is SUVs. 2.4 is the engine, current engine. They dropped the 1.6T a while ago. Well, the 1.6T, what was that, dropped in 2017? Was that the last year they had that? 2018? Most of the volume will be front wheel drive, not as everywhere not is a snow belt. Yeah, well, that's probably true. I live in a very interesting environment where people are getting an SUV, it's got to have all-wheel drive, like 99% of the time. Plug-in hybrid features a 13.8 kilowatt battery for 28 miles, mixed driving estimated. And I think a lot of people would be happy with that. It just depends on what is going to be the price on that plug-in hybrid. Well, we don't know the price on any of them. So they're keeping us in the dark there, which I was hoping we would get that today. You can see on the standard hybrid, we get a 1.5 liter kilowatt hour battery pack, a 44.2 kilowatt electric motor. You got to realize this is a little bit different how Toyota does it on the RAV4 and a lot of their hybrids. They have an electric motor up, well, technically two of them up front, but one only powers the wheels, I believe. I think actually they've changed that with the newest hybrid Synergy drives. Anyways, you have essentially two electric motors up front. One's the main for propulsion and one's for generating electricity, I believe, and recharging and things like that. So you have two up front, and then you have one in the back in the all-wheel drive. There's no drive shaft. The Koreans do it different, where they have one electric motor in between the transmission and the gasoline engine, and that is this 44.2 electric motor, which is going to be the exact same power, I would assume, for the plug-in hybrid. $70 miles per gallon E. That is good. Certainly is good. It's no one's going to complain about that kind of fuel economy. But you look at the RAV4 Prime MPGE, it's 94 miles per gallon. So why is this one so much less efficient? It has a smaller battery, so in theory it should be a little lighter, right? Why is it so much less efficient? You can charge it in less than 2 hours to recharge the system using a 7.2 kilowatt onboard charger. And the plug-in hybrid and the standard hybrid both have a 6-speed automatic transmission. Huh. Daily Motor, by the way, it's cool stream, Kirk, just came across the channel. Thanks, man. Thanks for stumbling across. Appreciate it. Let's see here, just like where TFL, yeah, TFL's my neighbors to the west. The hybrid and plug-in pricing should be cheaper than Toyota and Honda's. It should be. Electric AC with no belt and Prius, if not more, Toyota hybrids. Okay, so you're saying because you have the things run off of the electricity from the hybrid powertrain, that makes it more efficient than the Hyundais, which run on belts? I mean, I can kind of see that. But that much more efficient? 94 miles per gallon E compared to 70 miles per gallon E for same sort of vehicle? It's a big difference. 2021, it needs all around LEDs. The tail is not full LED in the front. Well, this is not a luxury vehicle, but LEDs are so cheap. I don't know why people skimp out on the LEDs. Are stupid cheap. I don't know. Why don't they all put LEDs? It makes you wonder, right? I don't know. Apparently they can save money by going with old incandescent bulbs or whatever. So I am Korean. The evaluation of Tucson in Korea is not bad. Thanks, Hoju Gim. Thanks for watching from Korea. Holy cow. What time is it there? If it's 11:45 here, a.m. I'm going to take a stab. I'm not going to look. What is it, like midnight your time? Is it midnight? What time is it in Korea? What time in Korea? 2:45. I was way off. I was way off. Holy cow. You're up. You're up extremely early or extremely late. But thanks for watching. I'm just hanging out here. 2:45 a.m. That is extremely late or early, depending on which way you're looking at it. It's 10:45 here. Yeah, it's so you're in mountain time, the good man. All right. Well, I'm excited for it. I think it's definitely striking with the design. I think the cascade lights that blend in with the grille again are the signature feature. The interior to me looks good enough. The all digital instrument cluster behind the steering wheel is cool, but it doesn't look like it's integrated very well. Everything is going to be touch for the heating and cooling. It doesn't look like there's any buttons. That's not a deal breaker for most people though. Hyundai has really good touchscreens, so the big touchscreen in the middle is going to be perfectly fine for most people. But keep in mind, that was on a higher end spec. I wouldn't be surprised if you get an 8-inch screen or something like that on a lesser equipped model. Efficiency goes up. The hybrid powertrains I still think are very interesting. I'd love to test them out, drive them around, give you guys my impressions. I drive a Prius a lot, and it's fun. It's fun not because it's fun to drive. It's fun because it's fun to eke out better miles per gallon. And so I would love to see how the Hyundai hybrids, especially this new one with the turbo engine in it, love to try that out and get some real impressions on it, just so I could give it to you guys. Hopefully in the near future. Reviews on the channel, a little update if you haven't been updated. I've talked about it a little bit before. They're going to be very slow through the winter, if maybe not any at all, at least on new vehicles. And maybe I'll reach out to some people who live locally and do some vintage reviews. That'd be kind of fun. But new car reviews, since it's a winter and my cars come from Denver area, just bear with me. When I move to Florida next spring, next summer, I'll be in the hotbed for vehicles. Whenever I want them, essentially, I'll be having be churning out reviews once or twice a week. So that's coming, but we're going to have to hold on a little bit longer before I have better access, mainly living closer to bigger cities in South Florida. So that'll be coming, but it'll be a slow winter for reviews, but hopefully a busy winter for content and news updates. Yeah, live streams as well, like today. Love live streaming with you guys. It's just so much fun. Jaden, I'll take full front LEDs with partial LEDs on the tail lights, then no front LEDs and partial tail. That's a good point. Reliable LEDs are expensive, regular ones are cheap. Interesting. That explains it. So reliable incandescents must be cheap then. It's 1:46 if you're going by 12-hour clock instead of 24-hour clock in Puerto Rico. Weather's in the 80s. It's 64 and rainy here in Omaha, which I'm not going to complain about. 64 degrees Fahrenheit in mid-November. I'll take it any day. It's been like 70s, almost 80s this November. October was actually colder, which is weird. It's Nebraska weather. Nebraska weather doesn't make any sense. So, was more impressed with the 2021 Blazer Premier dash screen. Okay. I still wonder if hybrid engines have higher fuel consumption as they age. They do. They totally do. They also have higher fuel consumption as the weather goes bad, depending on where you're at. The colder they are, they don't get as good as fuel economy. Okay, I think hybrids still have a really, really good shot in the future, even as batteries get better. If they come out with like freaking solid state battery, yeah, that's going to usher in EVs, but it's also going to make plug-in hybrids a lot more viable. You can have a small solid state battery, very compact, and get even better range than lithium ion batteries. It would be lighter, and they degrade less over time than current lithium ions. So pretty cool. It's going to be a very interesting next 5 to 10 years in the car industry, and I'm just so lucky that my channel is growing as the car industry is changing, because we're going to be having a lot of fun talking about it, speculating about it, giving you more car reviews, hands-on with new technology in the future as well. So Ariety Rides is in Florida. You're moving in on his territory. You know, he does a lot of reviews with dealerships. I could do that here in Omaha. I just have worked at car dealerships for more than I like to. It's not that long, but several years is more than I like to be around in the car industry at the dealership level. And I'll be working with dealerships. And that's kind of the reviews he does, which you're able to churn out crazy reviews all the time because the inventory is always there, and you always have availability. So I just would rather have more of a slower paced review style, 1 to 2 reviews a week, with the car loaned out to me, not through a dealership, but through either like a company like Drive Shop or by the manufacturer itself. That is more the type of work I want to do. I'm not about the running and gunning and quick thoughts, even though Raity's arguably the best at what he does. It's just not my style. So there's no competition in the car review business. Everyone has their own personality, their own style. There's some that I enjoy more than others, mainly because that's just my personality, but there's just so many things to talk about, so many different unique perspectives from different people in the car industry. And yeah, I'll get back to reading your chats here. I still have about 100 people in. If you guys haven't hit the like button, I would appreciate it. That. Thank you so much for watching. And we're trying to get to 100,000 subscribers. I'm pacing probably somewhere in January or February at this point, which I'm totally okay with. In August, I had like my personal best for subscribers in a month. It slowed down a little bit since then, and I'm okay with that because the channel's still growing. It's still growing and very grateful for it. But yeah, let's get to 100,000 subscribers. We'll do it day by day, video by video, and update by update. So hybrids will become what is now the standard gasoline car of the future. Plug-ins will be like semi-premium, and electric will be the premium car option. I agree a lot with that. I'm not going to go too much. J-Chan, Omaha, I always thought you were living in Japan or Australia. Really? Why is that? I wonder why that is. Why do you think? I mean, I definitely don't have an Australian accent. I can fake them. I got pretty good at it when I visited Australia in 2016. I got it really good with my Australian accent, mate. How you going, mate? Hoju Gim, Hyundai hybrid engines good these days. That's why I say I'm a Korean. Other YouTubers review say it as well. Yeah, I think they're getting pretty good. It's too bad. It's too bad that they can't put the 8-speed transmission with it. I think that would help efficiency a little bit in theory. Maybe make it a little bit more engaging to drive. I don't know. That's the whole point about competition in YouTube creators. What is? Oh, Chosen Impala, how you doing? Oh, he's not saying this because he's Korean. Okay. Well, yeah, I believe you. I believe you, Hoju. Jaden, Hyundai needs a hybrid Palisade or plug-in Palisade. That would be cool. I'll push them over the Telluride and a little bit. It would definitely make them a competitor more so with the Highlander, the hybrid Highlander. So Hyundai Tuscan chicken. You would pay $50K for a hybrid Palisade as it could get over 28 miles per gallon. Yeah, potentially. It will eventually. this is the way it goes. Electrification is going to continue to give us better and better mileage as battery technology evolves, as we figure out ways to make them more efficient. Toyotas are pretty darn efficient. I know Hyundai has some really efficient, I like the Ioniq hybrid is really, really efficient. So they're getting there. And it'll flood over to the bigger vehicles. So we're already seeing the Sienna and the Highlander get 35, 36 miles per gallon. That's crazy. What kind of world are we living in when huge 3-row vehicles are getting 35 miles a gallon? That's pretty crazy. All right, guys. Well, holy cow. I've streamed for about an hour and a half. I'm going to wrap it up here in the next 5 minutes. So if you have any last questions, last comments, I'll roll with it. And then I'll see you guys in a video for tomorrow, more than likely. Maybe a video on Subaru and what's going on with them, where they tracking, what kind of products are we likely to see, things like that. That's what I'm hoping for tomorrow, unless we get some big news. There are some news articles right now that I could talk about in a video for tomorrow, but they don't get me that excited. So I might do a little bit more of a research piece tomorrow with a Subaru video. Never buy electric Kona. Yeah, they fire. They blow up. They burn houses down, and there's a huge recall on. Chosen Paul, I guess it was worth giving up the 2GR. Well, what do you mean on the Sienna? Yeah, to get the fuel economy. It's hard to argue that. Fabian, I am late. What's the hybrid setup on the new Tucson? Well, you get 2 of them. We've calculated the mileage to be, gosh, where's my calculator again? I already forgot. To be about 36 miles per gallon on the front wheel drive hybrid Tucson. All-wheel drive probably goes down to 35, 34. It's got about 225 horsepower and about 260 pound-feet of torque. Or was it 250 pound-feet of torque? I'll fact-check myself real quick. Yeah, it's 260, about 260 pound-feet of torque. Plug-in hybrid gets 28 miles. Not quite as efficient for whatever reason as the RAV4 Prime. It gets 70 miles per gallon E compared to the RAV4 Prime's 94 miles per gallon E. We don't have any pricing, so there's that. But it's going to do really, really well for Hyundai, this new Tucson. The Nero will probably be recalled as well. I hope not. I hope it's okay. Trump fired Mark Esper, the head of defense secretary. He's mad. Well, I don't talk about politics on the channel, so Hyundai electric car sucks, says Hoju Kim. He's Korean. But they're hybrids. I think you like their hybrids, right? You like their hybrids? All right, guys. Well, somebody's commenting in Korean, and if Hoju can translate for me, I would appreciate that. I could probably just copy and paste it, you know, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to Google Translate it. I'm about ready to head out. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't hit the like button, go ahead and do that. I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video, whatever it may be. Everyone's fired eventually. Yeah, exactly. In the next few months. So guys, have a wonderful, wonderful day. Be safe out there. Be responsible. Love your families. Love yourselves. Love your neighbors. And let's have a great rest of the 2020. I'm sure I'll see you guys in the comments and in future live streams. Mark your calendars. I'm trying to let go. Gosh, I keep rambling. Wednesday the 18th, 8 a.m. Central Time. We'll be live streaming the Subaru BRZ unveil, and that will be a lot of fun. We pretty much know what it looks like. We pretty much know what's going to be under the hood. Maybe there'll be an STI version, fingers crossed. Maybe I'll talk a little bit about that in tomorrow's Subaru video, as long as no bigger news comes out. So, all right, guys, take care. Have a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves. Peace. Peace out. QX55 is the 17th. Well, then I'll live stream that one too.